unfortunately, we took too much time because of how much we were lagging behind after everything that happened to come online. But we are super confident that we are better than teams like Schalke, Misfits, etc.
Hi everyone, this is Tom reporting from the LEC, and with me here is Duke, the coach of Vitality, who just won against none other than the Mad Lions. How are you doing, Duke?
Feeling great, better than yesterday after the stomp against G2.
Yeah, that was a big turnaround from yesterday's performances indeed, and I'm not going to talk too much about the game against G2 yesterday. Mostly want to focus on today and what's ahead of Vitality. The LEC has been this weird pandemonium where every team seems to be able to win against every other team, and we saw that against Mad Lions today. And I want to talk to you, how was the preparation for Mad Lions? What did you guys focus on heading into this match?
I mean, it was not, to be fair, like our preparation. The problem we had in the past is that we have never been really clicking, I would say, in scrims, and it has been really rough. And what we just needed was to find confidence in scrims. And this week, for the first time, we started to play very, very well in scrims. Won all week, and we felt super confident going into G2. Unfortunately, like bad events happened in the early game, and Caps was on top form. So we got stomped and couldn't show much. But today we still felt confident going into Mad Lions. There was some preparation into the draft. I think we read them well. There was a bit of a gamble in the draft, but that paid off. And aside from this, we just focused on ourselves.
Yeah, so it was mostly you focusing on yourself. And you mentioned that for the first time in a while, that scrims were going well. What was going particularly well this time around that wasn't going well in the other weeks during your scrims?
Pretty much everything. Like for weeks, I mean, first we had Spring Split where we barely won any scrim.
Yeah.
And in Summer Split, we were always pretty bad in scrims. Had a rough time. Then we changed jungle. And even when Skeanz came in, the thing is that we had to readapt after Skeanz came in, and we still struggled in the first weeks. I think we just needed time, and we had no Spring Split for this time. Also, Skeanz was sent to Academy to regain confidence at the beginning of the split, so we had to redo it at the middle of the split. I think we just needed time, and we're also lagging behind our opponents. And this week, I think people were finally integrating everything that we were trying to learn together, also better communication between each other. So it's a bit of everything that led to a way more consistent mid game and more aggressive early game.
Yeah, that last part is actually what I noticed as well. Early on, you guys were really in the face of Mad Lions, and Mad Lions is a team that's well known for their own aggression. Was that a conscious choice to really push back against them hard and show that, and basically give them no space to move?
I mean, basically, the choice that was made in the draft against Mad Lions was that we kind of know what, like, basically a lot of teams try to take away their power picks that they always go for. But the thing is, their actual power picks, which are the confident pick, are champions that are a bit slow, like Orianna, Ezreal. I mean, Ezreal can be fast, but depend on the matchup. And we gave them their power picks to make sure that we were the one having the upper hand in the early game and drafted around it. So yeah, instead of basically taking away their weapons, we just made sure that we had the right ones against them.
Yeah, now you mentioned also Skeanz getting his confidence back. Big performance from him this match on that Lee Sin, absolutely crushing Karzi, especially with and finding him during the team fights. How has his growth been and reintegration been in the team? Because as you said, at the end of spring, he was subbed back to the LFL team, Vitality B, to regain some confidence and build some trust. How has his development been from your point of view as a coach who guides this team?
And for me, Skeanz, no matter what we do this year, we can still make playoffs, of course. But I think so far he's the main biggest satisfaction I have this year because of how like he had a rough spring split, not necessarily individually, but as a team, it was really hard for everyone here. Terrible condition. We were in a bad mindset because of losing, etc. And he lost a lot of confidence. And Skeanz works a lot on confidence, and so we decided to kind of send him back to academy because we felt like NG was able to lead the team in its current state at the time better, while Skeanz needed to find his way into the game. And but I think that Skeanz, in what we tried to learn during Spring Split, I think he learned it. He just was not able to apply it in a dysfunctional team, and we still kept a close eye on him. And when he was ready, when he found his confidence back, I think he also was able to assimilate all the I would say knowledge that we tried to give him in Spring Split. And when he came back into the team, he was kind of a 2.0 form from who he was in the Spring Split. And that's great because he's an insanely talented player, and he deserves to shine at the top.
Yeah, now obviously it's not one player that has to step up in order for a team to shine. It's a team game, and the rest of the team has to operate on at least a comparable level to be able to get wins in the LEC. How has this team developed? Now, in the beginning of the Spring Split, of the Summer Split, apologies, Vitality and Excel and Schalke 04 were kind of like this bottom, like they were hovering a bit at the bottom, but now there's this huge middle pack that has consistently stayed here for a few weeks now, and everything is wide open. Well, there are percentages and odds, but theoretically you have still a very good chance of making it to the playoffs. This is going to be a very tough weekend ahead with 3 matches, which obviously is very exhausting for players. What is your approach heading into that weekend? How are you going to make sure that these players are focused and calm and have the stamina to perform?
I've just focused on the training before. I've no doubt that given our current, like at this point, like we didn't even expect to still be alive if you would ask us 2 weeks ago. But this week we just proved ourselves that during practice and on official game, that we have everything that we need to reach playoffs. It's just that unfortunately we took too much time because of how much we were lagging behind after everything that happened to come online. But we are super confident that we are better than teams like Schalke, Misfits, etc. And if we are in the right, I know that the players will be in the right mindset and will train accordingly, and they will give everything no matter what in this last week.
Yeah, you also said at the beginning of this interview, at least your performance seemed to kind of tie in with how your scrims were going. How do you approach these scrims ahead of a super week like this? Again, we from behind the scenes, we have very little insight in how scrim culture works. We know a little bit, the teams play against each other. So what do I imagine a scrim, basically agenda, a scrim schedule for you guys next week will look like?
I mean, it will be normal scrim schedule. We did like a few weeks ago. We were also doing morning blocks to accelerate the pace of our learning because we knew that we were lagging behind. I think it will be normal. I just have to find a partner for next Monday because I don't have one. But except for this, it should be pretty normal. Yeah, we're gonna focus on. We're gonna review the games from this weekend, especially the one against Mad Lions, because against G2 there was not much of a game anyway. But to see what our current flaws in how we approach the game, what we can improve a bit last second. But at this point, it's like the day before the exam. Like it's not like you're gonna tremendously learn. What's important is the team mindset and the confidence, and I think we are confident. So
yeah, all right, man. That sounds very good. I'm gonna thank you very much for your time and thank you for joining me. Congrats again on the victory, and also best of luck in the final weekend. I look forward to seeing how you guys will perform then.
Thanks a lot.